Hey, what's up, everybody? Rock and Roll James, right here on the Rock and Roll James Show on YouTube. And my guest today is Joe Luna, also known as Juni Moon.
Cheers. So that's when people started talking about, hey, Joe plays guitar, and it got around the whole school. So then the next thing you know, this guy named Jesse Villanueva from Houston, he moved down here and he played guitar and he sang. He sounded just like freaking Bon Scott. And we got together, naturally, being two musicians in 7th grade. And so he'd come over to the house, man, and we started playing music. And then Danny was around, and I told Danny, I said, Danny, we're going to put a band together. Why don't you play bass, bro? Because Danny got really good on the guitar.
How exciting, man, at that age.
Yeah, dude, we were in the 7th grade, and we had this talent.
Yeah.
So the next thing was, naturally, man, let's put a band together.
Yeah.
That just sounds like a fun thing to do, right?
Next level.
Yeah. So then we needed a drummer. And so I knew this guy, the only drummer I knew, Freddie Diaz. Freddie, I don't know, are you still out there? Shout out to Freddie Diaz. He played snare he was learning to play the snare for the band, the Coakley Junior High School band. And I knew he had a drum set, and we got together, and I said, hey, I would like you to join our band, man. Freddie, I want you to play drums for us. We need a drummer. He goes, do you play Beach Boys? No, man, we play Jimi Hendrix. We do Ted Nugent, we do Leonard Skinner. And he's like, well, if you learn some Beach Boys, I'll join your band. Oh. So we had a little meeting, me and Jesse Villanueva said, dude, I got a drummer, and he's got a drum set, and he'll join the band, but he wants us to play Beach Boys. Jesse's like, no way, man. No way. You're not going to play Beach Boys. Well, a few days went by, or a week or whatever.
Help me, Rhonda. Help
And next thing
Rhonda.
we're playing Beach Boys because we wanted Freddie to play drums. We needed a drummer, man. Yeah. And so then that was the first band that I ever had, and
that was the time they compromised as well. So just to get things done, let's do it.
Yeah,
whatever it takes.
And it was funny because when you got your first band, and you actually get together and you practice and you go through a whole song from start to finish. You're like, oh damn, we're bad.
Yeah,
we're the baddest thing around here. We need to find a place to play now. But we were teenagers.
Yeah.
So somehow or other, we wound up getting a gig at the JR.HIGH School, and we played there. There's one picture that I have. So we had Juan Carlos Casas on lead guitar because I wasn't messing with lead yet, and then I was on rhythm. Jesse was on vocals. Freddie Diaz on drums, and Danny was playing bass with us. But Glenn Galvan, the guy from across the street, the guy that was walking by and I blew him away. He played guitar, and he was older than us, and he was like, I can get you gigs and this and that, but he wanted to play in the band. So we got, okay, let's get Glenn to play, but he sucked at bass, man. Oh my God, I'm saying that, and he's gonna hear it, but that's the truth. He didn't play very good. But anyway, so I think he's the one that got us a gig at the JR.HIGH School. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember how we did it, but it was during school that we went to Merced, to the high school, to play a talent show for them.
Mercedes.
Mercedes. Am I saying Merced?
You said Merced.
I'm talking California. Mercedes, because there's a Merced, California.
Yeah. No,
okay,
Mercedes, Texas. I'm from there, so yeah.
Right. Hey, maybe you were in the
I wasn't there, man. I was probably playing hooky, man. I was notorious.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I think we played hooky from Harlingen, from our school, to go play there on this day, right? And it was so weird, but it was so fantastic at the same time, because the principal, when we got there, he treated us like we were like a touring national band, you know. He's giving us a tour of the high school, man. He takes us through the cafeteria. this is our cafeteria. This is da 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 da. You know, and he's walking around, and people are just staring at us and like, wow. And you know, I mean, we were looking a bit rock and roll. You know, we
had the bandanas going and all that stuff.
the black, yeah. Even back then, we had the black T-shirts with the jeans and the Converse, and you know, and then we set up in the gym and we tore into some Paranoid, and we rocked Mercedes, man. There were some pictures, and I wish I would have hung on to them. I don't know where they are now, but
if we only had cell phones back then.
yeah, we had. Oh God, it would. Yeah, I could be like, and this is when we played Merced High School. Yeah. But that was the very first band. That was my very first band, and
it was the name of the band was
Blackout.
Blackout.
We called it Blackout,
Okay.
and I believe because we Scorpions.
They had that album out,
Yeah.
and it was very powerful, very, very.
Yeah, and we were
popular.
like, yeah, we were into the Scorpions, but we couldn't play Scorpions. Guess why?
Why?
Come on, you're a singer.
You know,
We couldn't find someone to sing them high notes, man.
Klaus Meine.
Yeah, that was the thing. You know, Jesse couldn't do it, and Jesse had the raspy Bon Scott. You know, I think one of the best songs that we did when he was in the band was "Whole Lotta Rosie." You know.
Yeah, those are fun songs to do.
Yeah.
So then Steelheart came around later than that, a little bit.
Yeah,
after that?
Juan Carlos, let's just call him Carlos, and myself, we wanted to, you know, Freddie Diaz was never going to be like a permanent drummer. I mean, Beach Boys, you know, we wanted to play metal. Jesse had to go back to Houston, so that's when and Glenn sucked. So in fact, we played another show with Glenn here at the Harlingen High School. We did a talent show or something, and I wasn't even attending that I was still in junior high school over here at Coakley, and we did a talent show over there, and Glenn was playing bass. And I freaking unplugged the speaker in the back of his amp during 1-2 songs that we played. He never knew, unless he watches this. Glenn, I unplugged you, man. You were no sound was coming from your amp, bro.
But he put on a hell of a show.
He put on a hell of a show. We sounded great. Everybody went crazy, man. I did that, dude.
Yeah.
I did that, and because Carlos and I played so loud anyway that you really didn't miss the bass. But if he would have been plugged in, it would have sounded terrible. So yeah, I unplugged his cabinet, and he was just rocking out. Hey, we're kicking
He never
ass.
sounded so good.
Yeah, and he never even knew it till now it's out. You know, I unplugged my buddy Glenn.
50,
and you know,
50 years later, 40 years later.
and we played that show, and then of course, like I said, me and Carlos, we wanted to do a metal thing, you know. So we needed to find members,
the proper members to do it.
So that's when Timothy came in. Okay, so by then, I think it was 9th grade. I'm pretty sure. Joe Corral's out there, and if he watches it, he's going to correct me.
He's in Dallas.
You know what, Joe Corral, he is the historian of Steelheart.
Yeah.
He'll tell me, like, if I say something somewhere and you hear about it, nope, it was this and such day. But the way I remember it,
He's a regular Dustin Hoffman from Rain Man, huh?
yes, he is, man. He's got it, and Louis Torres too, man.
Yeah.
Louis, don't worry, man. We're kind of in there, right? The dates wise. But Timothy came in. We got him as a singer. And then we went out looking for a drummer, and we were getting kind of discouraged, man, and we couldn't find a drummer. We had this one dude come and set up, because we used to practice at my house. A lot of people know this if you're from Harlingen and back then, and you remember us. My house was the rock and roll house, you know.
I went there once, and he was laying on the couch, and it was cold, man. And he was in there, and the house wasn't that warm. It was kind of cold, and he was in there playing his guitar, warming his fingers on the bed.
I'd go to
on
sleep,
the couch.
I'd go to sleep playing my guitar. I'd wake up playing the guitar. I mean, I would fall asleep with the guitar on me. Anyway, so I forget this dude's name, but he had his drum set, and he brought it over again and set it up in the house. And we had a flag in our back wall there, and so the flag was behind the drum set. This kind of reminds me of that. And the dude, you know, he had a killer drum set, double bass. Man, I think it was white. It was beautiful. And cymbals, he had some awesome cymbals. but he couldn't play, man. I think what it was, I think he could play good, but we wanted the fast beat, man. We wanted we wanted a fast drummer, and this guy wasn't cutting it. He wasn't fast. So we were getting discouraged, man, because we wanted to play metal. We wanted to play fast, And one night, me and Carlos, we took off to a party out here in Harlingen, and everybody was at this house in this room. Everybody was just partying. People, all kinds of friends of ours from high school, were all hanging out in this room, and we were drinking. And I stood up. I said, man, does anybody in here, because there's a lot of people in there, right, partying. Does anybody in here play drums? Because I was like, I'm tired, man.
You were frustrated.
Yeah, frustrated and desperate. So I stood up in this room where everybody's partying and having a good time, and it's loud in there, music. And somehow I cut above all of that, and I was loud enough, and I said, does anybody in here play drums? And then from way back in the back of the room, this dude stands up. He's got almost like a mohawk haircut, and he's got a razor blade for a
necktie.
Yeah, and he's got sleeveless shirt on, and he said, I play drums, and I was AJ Mancabelli, man. And I said, really, man? He goes, yeah. I said, right on. I go,
by the way, one hell of a drummer. And guitarist, and all-around musician.
AJ Mancabelli, man. Yeah. Unbelievable. Well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, let's go right now, man. We have a drum set up. Let's go right now. And let's see what you got. So we brought him over to the house. We go in. We turn on our amps. And me and Carlos, we have Marshall stacks. We got the full stacks.
Damn.
In that little room. And AJ, he sits down on this massive drum set that one guy that we were trying out, he had set up in the room, right? But the dude didn't leave the sticks, so we didn't have any sticks. But back in the day, and we're talking, what?
Early 80s?
Probably 80. The dudes would carry these black combs in their back pocket.
Yeah, I remember those.
It was like a thing. So me and Carlos, we had these combs, and I said, can you play with these? And they were identical combs, black combs. And they just said, yeah, well, if that's all you got. And we gave him the combs, And so me and Carlos said, well, do you know any Judas Priest? Well, yeah, go ahead. What are you going to play? And I think we played Hellbent for Leather, man. Hellbent for Leather. And so there's AJ, man, pounding away, playing Hellbent for Leather with these two black combs. And he played it fast, and he played it hard, and he nailed every freaking, every spot on that song, every part. He nailed it with these two black combs. And I still get a smile on my face when I remember that day, because I looked at Carlos, and he was just like, like, this is the drummer, man. This is who we want. And we told AJ, you're in, man. You want to play? Yeah. Anyway, so then it was AJ, and then again, Danny was in the band, but me and Danny were like brothers, and brothers fight, and then brothers kind of like separate for a little while because we got into a fight. So that's when Joe Corral came in and played bass. So it was Joe Corral on bass, AJ Mancabelli on drums, Carlos Casas on lead guitar, me on rhythm, and Timothy Morris on vocals. And then that's when we started to get really popular in Harlingen. We were like asked to play
all the parties.
We were playing all the parties, man, and just tearing it up. We were, like I was telling James that back in the day, we were like one step ahead of the law, because we love to play music, and that's what we were doing. We would get together, we're a little gang, get together and play rock and roll. But then we were done playing rock and roll. We were full of adrenaline, and we were pretty
full of piss and vinegar.
Yeah, we were pretty volatile little dudes, man. And we would, I don't know if trouble would find us, or we would find trouble. And we're always getting into trouble, and there's all kinds of stories we could go into about.
Notorious.
Yeah, we were pretty dang rebellious. We were out to have fun, no matter whatever. If it sounded fun, we would go do it. But
and don't tell us not to do it because we will do it.
yeah, we just because. Hey, did you say no? Oh, we're doing that. You know. Yeah. So yeah. Long story short, that was the first Steel Heart.
I won't hurt you. No way.